at it again, and oh my goodness, you guys, this stuff is just getting ridiculous at this point. Like, I'm so frustrated with this stuff at this point. So frustrated with this stuff. We need Trump like yesterday. Yesterday. End all of this madness. Please. Please. Sheesh. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. We're going to be talking to Gary Franchi, my brother from another. Take it away.
A radical agenda has been proposed in the aviation industry, and freshman Senator J.D. Vance is determined to put an end to it. Left-wing politicians are trying to destroy an industry that's already struggling because of the incompetence of the administration, and Congress must put a stop to it before it's too late. I'm Gary Franchi. You want the top news every day? Hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. Senator J.D. Vance recently pushed back against FAA Commissioner Billy Nolan's assertion that the agency's 2023 budget would focus on increasing racial equity and inclusivity of language. Vance argued about the lack of importance that is to the field of aviation and pointed out that maybe it should be focused on its current struggles. Town Hall reports that Senator J.D. Vance challenged FAA Commissioner Billy Nolan after he announced the FAA's 2023 budget would emphasize racial equality and language inclusivity. The agency proposed in 2021 replacing masculine terms like airman and cockpit with gender-neutral terms like aviator and flight deck.
They want to get rid of the term airman and cockpit. Whoo, man. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people becoming very, very wealthy off of this BS. I'll tell you that. Anyway, so, yeah, J.D. Vance was questioning the FAA guy, and I'm just going to roll the clip. Yeah, check this out.
Member to ask questions. I just want to clarify that the video that we saw earlier was a simulation done by Senator Cruz, I think, and his team. That was not a real video of the incident. There seems to be some confusion about that, so.
No, ma'am, I knew it was a simulation.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You clearly stated that, but not everybody
Got it.
may have captured that, so we just want to reiterate that. Next I have Senator Vance.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Nolan, thank you for being here.
I did not realize that.
I'm going to ask just a little bit about some of the unusual increases in obsession with the vocabulary and language that we're seeing in some of the FAA guidance and related documents related to our aviation industry. I want to ask, did the FAA issue a 176-page guidance document changing notices to airmen to notices of air mission in December of 2021?
We did.
This was in part to avoid using the gender term airman, correct?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Okay. On November 10th, 2021, the FAA held an inclusive language summit. Are you familiar with this effort?
I am familiar with it.
They held an inclusive language summit. It's funny, but at the same time, you know, I guess I laugh so that I don't get angry because they're just wasting money and time instead of doing your effing job, right? Being good at your job. Same thing with Pete, who would rather talk about, oh, we have too many white construction men. Well, last time I checked, Pete, you're white too. So how about we replace you with somebody of color? How about that? How about that? Since we got this war on white people, I guess, right? Because that's what these leftists are telling us. Why are Joe and Pete in their positions? That's what I want to know. Oh, I forgot. I'm not allowed to ask those questions. I'm sorry. Silly me. Silly me. How dare a little peasant like me call something out like that they say? You know, I'm sorry. I'm getting out of line. I apologize. I apologize. It's crazy. You know, these statements are coming from white people themselves that are trying to lecture us on too many white people being in these positions. Bro, you're white. Get out of that position. You just made an argument for yourself to be out of office. You can't make this stuff up, man. But anyway, take it away, JD Vance, man.
During
Appreciate
the summit, which had a solicitation published in the Federal Register, Deputy Administrator Mims stated that when we use terms like airmen or unmanned aircraft, sorry, I'm laughing because this has to be a joke, we're sending a message that only men belong in the aerospace community. Do you agree with that statement?
Well, Senator, what I could say is that having been a pilot for 42 years and seeing the evolution of our aerospace industry, I started out in helicopters and have flown as a captain in big jetliners.
We don't care.
Not everyone is a pilot today. We have drones, we have spacecraft, And so I do believe going to notices to air missions is absolutely the right thing to do. It is an accurate reflection of where our aerospace system is today. Fully supportive of that. And none of that, by the way, detracts from our mission, which is the safety of our airspace, and that will
Yes, it
always
does.
be our North Star.
Yes, it does detract because you're over here having meetings or summits for inclusivity, wasting time.
Yeah, I think the point is, if it makes sense for some aviation reason, that's fine. If it makes sense purely to avoid gendered language, it seems like an unnecessary preoccupation with the words that you're using and that we're using rather than the work that we're doing. I want to just ask a couple of additional questions about this summit. The public notice for the meeting stated, if any individual employer, contractor, or industry partner feels excluded or marginalized because of language or words, the work of the agency suffers. Do you agree that the feelings of FAA employees about language are this important?
What I agree is that as we seek to attract the next generation of people into aerospace, mostly they won't look like the people sitting in this room. And so it's our ability to say, how do we bring tomorrow into today, into an industry that is evolving right before our eyes? So
The way you bring it in is you hold the stand, you keep the standards high. You don't care about skin color, race, sexual orientation, or any of that. Can you get the job done, or can you not? Or can't you? It's that simple. Can you do it or not? That's all that should matter. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you like men or women. I don't care if you're tall or short, gay or straight, fat or skinny. Can you get the job done? Yes or no? Can you get it done? I don't get these folks, man. I really don't. They want to talk about all this other stuff except for what actually matters. And that is why everything is crumbling. Because we're too busy talking about inclusivity rather than can somebody actually get the job done. And all these folks that are in office, Pete, have proven they can't get the job done.
Ability to find inclusive ways of reaching underrepresented groups is a right.
Oh my God. I can't even finish this. This guy, underrepresented. I'm done. Why do we care who's underrepresented? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the straw that broke the camel's back, yo. Oh man, I need to go lift some weights or something. I need to blow off some steam. My goodness, these bumbling idiots. I'll leave the link to that video in the description for those of you that want to finish watching that. I'm sorry. I can't. I really can't. Like, I'm legitimately getting angry because this stuff is just like ridiculous, man. It's really ridiculous. Talk about caring more about skin color and representation than getting the effing job done. Get the fucking job done. Like, why is that such a foreign concept? I'm like speaking gibberish to leftists when I ask, can you get the job done? They're like, well, I'm a person of color. The fuck? I don't care. Can you get the job done? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so frustrated. Yeah, I'm about to go work out. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If I forget to leave the link to the video in the description, because sometimes I forget, I apologize. Just remind me. I'll drop it down there. Peace and love. I'm out.